All right. Good evening, everyone. Looks like we're live. I'm Professor McCoy. Welcome back. Kingdom Come Deliverance II. All right. Well, I did a little random stuff off stream, a little bit. I'll just talk through some of it as we go. Most of it unimportant. I did some more blacksmithing because it's nice. It's relaxing. Nice little steady thing to do. I did a little bit of exploring here and there. I did a little bit of gambling. Net zero, of course, because I'm not great yet at dice. And I also killed a bandit and took some of his armor.
I wish you a pleasant day.
Good evening, Grace. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty well. Thank you. I also, on a slightly more
Keep the peace,
important
and we
note,
won't have any problems. God be with you. How's the watch going? Not bad.
and I also, if you'll bear with me with the map for a moment, I went over here and I beat up a bandit near Tarkov, which was nice. Got some new bit of new kit. Not great, but it's something. It's something. I also picked up a quest from that guy. Quest tipster, huh? I'll check that out. From that guy who was who wanted to pull a prank on the neighboring town. And I agree to do it. He's basically going to. He basically wants me to paint the guy in the next town over, paint his bull, and I mean that literally. I'm not making an innuendo here.
What do you have for sale?
What nonsense can I sell? I'm gonna sell some of the non-dried stuff I have because, as you'll notice, I'm over encumbered.
I'd like to do something about that price.
Aye, I'm listening. Never mind then. I'm done
well,
haggling.
Fine, I'll just...
Thank you, and take care.
Well, wasn't selling it for a lot, I suppose. Okay, well... Is he our quest tipster? Proshak?
I wish you a pleasant morning.
Thank you, Proshak.
What's new around here?
Vostatek. Lord von Beregov's huntsman is a regular here. He might have some work for you. He's got a cottage near Vidlak Pond. So if you know your way around the woods, you could go and offer him your help. I hope he hasn't started drinking somewhere else. He's my best customer. You could also stop by and see Old Mouth. He's the local storyteller. He could tell you all sorts of interesting things.
Okay.
But only if you bring him some liquor. Don't forget.
Right, I have some wine, so I can do
some
that.
here to sell, if you want. And that's all I'd say.
Sounds
Okay.
interesting. Thank you, innkeeper.
Nice. Got some nice little rumors to play with. There's a new quest. Wait, from whom? Sorry. This guy? Yep. Zdinak the Mouth.
Good day to you.
People call you the Mouth, right? They say you tell all sorts of stories.
I'm no mouth to you. My name is Denyek. Got that? What do people call you then? Bughead?
Hey, John.
Arse face?
I'm sorry, Stenyak. I'm Henry.
Pleased to meet you. But you were right about the stories. I could tell you stories so sad they'd make the devil cry. Or would you prefer something so scary it'll make the hairs on your ass turn white? But it's a lot of hard work for me. Now, if you had something to drink or a couple of groschen, that might help loosen my tongue.
I will try my hand at stories.
I know quite a few stories myself. How about a trade? A story for a story.
All right then. But if it's the one about the magic porridge pot, don't bother. I've heard it 100 times. And that story always leaves me feeling hungry.
I will say,
I know
yes,
a romantic tale about a knight, his lady love, and 3 impossible tasks he had to undertake to win her heart. He
Where
had
did
to
this
bring her
come
the
from?
sweetest wine, tame the wildest horse, and make a crown with the rarest gem.
And then? What happened when he'd done all 3?
Oh, the lady of his heart showed her gratitude by giving him the most precious thing she had. And I'm not talking about gold.
Kielbasa and broccoli tonight.
Oh,
Nice and Mardi
a
Gras,
raunchy
yeah.
ending. That'll be popular with the lads round here. If I were you, I'd make it longer. To last a whole evening. Add a wicked stepmother, that sort of thing. It'll be a hit. And now, I'll tell you a tale in return. So what kind of story would you like to hear?
Let's let's go with something scary for tonight. Oh gosh, Grace, I'm sorry to hear about that. Another flood, gosh. Yeah, I know what that's like. Our whole area is just recovering, is only really recently recovering from a lot of the floods from the hurricane. So yeah, there's a lot of people around here getting it too. So I understand. But hey, the house sitting that is good. That is somewhere to lay your hat, so to speak. So it's something. Let's go scary. I'd ask for something informative, but I feel like that's gonna be. Nah, let's go scary.
I'm far
Scary
too old for fairy tales. Tell me a scary story. One with blood and violence.
Don't you worry. I've got just the one. I just hope you don't shit yourself with fear. So, once upon a time, there lived in these very lands 2 brothers. The older was called Kuba, the younger, Matthias. They were both woodcutters, like their father and his father before him. One day, at the height of summer, they were working in the woods. The air was as hot as a furnace, so Matthias went to a nearby pond to cool himself. But as he was leaning over the cold water, there was a loud splash. His axe had got loose from his belt. In haste, he began to search the muddy bed of the pond, and his hands soon touched something hard and heavy. He pulled it out and could not believe his eyes. He pulled out an axe. Yes, but not his old one. It was an axe made of pure silver.
Good God. I'd grab that without a second thought.
Maybe you would, but Matthias would never. He was an honest man, and with a big swing he threw the silver axe back. He searched the pond again, and this time he pulled out his own axe. Nothing but dull iron and old wood.
John, yes, I agree. Fresh is much better in terms of garlic and onion. I will say, absolutely. I mean, powder will do the job in a pinch, but only in a pinch. And well, for certain things though too. Like I wouldn't want to use fresh garlic and onion as part of like a rub on something, that sort of thing. Like if I'm like barbecuing something, I'm not gonna rub it down with minced garlic or whatever. I'll just use garlic powder. Onion, same thing with onion. I'm not usually going to layer on onion petals onto something that I'm going to put on the barbecue, or whatever. I'm probably going to integrate a powder that has onion and garlic in it as a dry rub. So yeah, fine. But most of the time, I think you're right that fresh is generally better, especially if you're cooking it as like a base or whatever. Yeah, I've got some flank and short ribs that I'm going to put some like Mardi Gras seasoning on too after the stream. Midnight snack kind of thing. Should be good. Very good, very nice little Fat Tuesday sort of thing. For dinner we had pork chops with that very same seasoning, which is great. Basically, I've got a recipe for I'm sure none of you know this, but Publix, which is a supermarket around here in Florida, has these Mardi Gras seasoned wings. It's It's like a slightly spicy rosemary based dry rub on these on chicken wings, and we use it for a bunch of different things. It's great. I basically got a recipe that imitates it. And like I said, it's primarily rosemary and some like Creole type seasonings. Good stuff. Good stuff. It also has garlic and onion powder in it, so there you go. All right. So let's see. Yeah, let's praise the guy for not taking the I don't know, the presumed fairy axe.
I reckon that was the right choice. Who knows who the silver axe belonged to?
Well, quite. Listen on. Matthias was just about to leave when suddenly a water goblin came out of the pond, silver axe in his hands, and he said, "You're a righteous man, Matthias, and for your honesty, you may keep both axes." Matthias, not hanging around for the goblin to change his mind, took up both axes, gave us thanks, and ran to tell Kuba all about it. Kuba, however, was not best pleased with his little brother's fortune. He deeply envied Matthias for his newfound wealth, so he set out to try the same thing. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him straight to the pond, threw his own axe in, and began a pretend search for it. Yet Kuba had no luck. He pulled out the axe he'd thrown in himself. So he tried again. Tricked by sunlight, he grabbed something shiny, only to pull out his old iron axe again. Enraged, he hurled his axe back into the water and yelled, "Fuck this axe! I want a silver one." But the water goblin heard his shameful cry and was greatly upset by Kuba's greed. So, when Kuba reached down into the water for a third time, the water goblin seized his hand, pulled him down a hole to the dark depths, and drowned him.
This is very much the kind of morality tale that you get in a lot of medieval folklore. Also, this represents the so there's that sort of stereotype of like North American cryptids are like horrifying monstrosities beyond our comprehension, and whereas European cryptids are like cutesy little gnomes and stuff. Well, really, because the water goblin here is not exactly a cutesy little gnome. Right? No, this is horrifying, but it's an element of not the savagery of nature, which is what a lot of North American cryptids are, but more like the treachery of nature. Right? That nature is fickle, fey, if you will. Whereas over here on the other side of the ocean, our cryptids tend to represent the other aspect of nature, being its savagery and its sheer physical danger. I think that is more like the difference between our sort of styles of cryptids, and therefore some differences in cultural folklore as well. Ooh. Upgraded to an iPhone 16 Max. The wider screen's very nice for reading and typing in stream chat. Nice. Yeah, I have... My phone is a Samsung something. I don't know, it's 9 years old. I'll probably get a new one if it's soonish. I don't know, eventually. A lot of apps don't work on it anymore, that kind of thing.
Well, all was as it should have been. It was Kuba's fault.
I don't think so. It seems Matthias didn't either. He went to the water goblin and begged for his brother's body so he could take him home and bury him. But the path back from the pond led over a steep hill, and carrying the weight of the waterlogged body exhausted Matthias. He stopped to rest by an old oak tree, and he used a silver axe to cut off a branch that would serve as a walking stick. But it wasn't enough. Somehow, it was still getting harder to continue up the hill. Then Matthias realized it wasn't his brother's body that was weighing him down. It was the silver axe. The axe was the cause of all this trouble. So he started bashing the silver axe against a big stone with all his might, trying to destroy it. Yet no matter what, he couldn't even make a dent. With the last of his strength, Matthias climbed to the top of the hill. He knew he could go no further, so he found a pretty spot with a view over the valley and dug his brother a grave. There, he buried both his brother and the silver axe that had brought such pain upon them. His final act was to stick the oak branch in the ground by the grave. But lo and behold, the branch grew green leaves and became a tree. The locals have had no dealings with the water goblin since then, but some have had the bad luck to bump into him. And when you walk by the pier, where it all happened, you can still hear his chuckling.
See, I love this. The scary stories are still morality tales. And I mean, they still are to this day to some extent, right? If you think of like, gosh, I don't know. If you think of like, I don't know, like Halloween, right? Think of Halloween, the movie Halloween. It's largely about, well, first of all, the vengeance of someone spurned long ago, right? But then also it has a lot to do with the people involved, like the horror movie tropes of the irresponsible teenagers. They get themselves into these situations, and so it's kind of a morality tale for the modern day of don't be stupid, for young people to not make bad decisions that will get them hurt and get them killed. You know, all the movies where degenerate teenagers die. Precisely, John. Exactly. Absolutely. Yes, Grace says, I find most actual myth creatures from places in Europe that haven't been watered down to dainty fairy tales and other folkloric creatures. I mostly know Irish Celtic myth because I took an Irish myth course in university. I took a Celtic history course where we did look into some cultural history and stuff about, particularly about the Tuatha De Danann and some of the other world stuff, but not a lot of the mythological creatures, at least not formally. Some of it I've looked into on my own because it's neat, and I use them for D&D. But yeah. You had... Wait. Hold on. John, you say you had honey for dessert. Are you a Pooh Bear? Did you just, like, take a jar of honey with and insert your paw into it and eat it? Like, okay. Okay, can confirm. Okay. You're strange. That's a little strange to me.
That was a very nice story.
Story? What story? It's the truth.
But why hasn't anyone gone looking for the axe, then?
Because it brings misfortune. Didn't you listen to me at all? Look for yourself if you wish. Rock Tower Pond isn't far from here. The Water Goblin's Pier is somewhere among the reeds. But leave me out of it. I'm fine here with my drink.
You poured some in the spoon. That is, I don't know, slightly less... that is actually a task to go find this axe. Alright, anyway. I need to get rid of some more of my junk, which means I need to go to my chest to do that. I'm too over-encumbered to sprint. So.
Jesus Christ, be praised.
Amen. Okay, so John poured some honey in a spoon, which I suppose is a little bit less Pooh Bear-ish. Wait. Oh, there we go. I don't actually need this work axe. Maybe I do. Let's put these arrows away. I don't have a. I need to get this repaired, but there's nowhere to do that right now, so I'll put that away. I don't need an apron. Put away the gambeson. I'll sell those shitty leather gloves if I find somewhere to do that. Simple hose or beggar's hose. I'll need to fix them. Put them away until I can. I don't have anywhere to sell any of these things, so... All these dried ingredients I can probably put away, honestly. Yeah, pelts. Yeah, I'm gonna put all these away. Wait, no, because I need them. Alright, I need some of them for a perk. It increases my... What's it called? Hands can't even enjoy some honey. No mead for you. Listen, there's a difference between mead and honey, and it's, you know, alcohol. Don't get me wrong, I like honey. It's just that I usually put it on other things. That's all. Actually, wait, what time is it? Oh, okay, it's like midday. Alright. Alright, what I said I was going to do was set out to rescue... Not rescue so much as find Mutt. Oh, this is the lake. Interesting. Okay. Well, I need to go to Troskovitz. I need to go back to Troskovitz. I do need to tell the... I need to ask the blacksmith for a sleeping potion. It's a weird person to ask for it, but sure. I need something to calm animals down.
I need something that'll put animals to sleep. Project said you might know something.
Did you get tired of blacksmithing and take up farming instead? I just happen to know of something. I used a concoction that will put even a startled mare to sleep in no time. I once accidentally drank some and slept for 3 days. But the recipe is an old blacksmith's secret. The kind you don't just give away. You're in the trade, so I can tell you. Listen up then.
Wait, why would it be a blacksmith's secret?
And boil them in oil. Then, after it cools off, you add a little herb Paris.
Okay. That doesn't sound too complicated. Thank you.
Here's the problem. I don't have herb Paris. At all. Yeah, it's basically chloroform, yeah. I mean, it's sleeping potion, essentially. Whatever, I'm not going to be able to do it right now, but... no, this doesn't actually help me, okay. Some of my equipment is badly damaged, and I can't fix any of it. I have nowhere to fix it. No, I'll just sharpen my own hunting sword, since it's very, very slightly blunted.
I need to sharpen this.
Oh, well, it was at 99. That's what you want. Yeah, look, it's at 99, not... whatever. Anyway. Grace said, yeah, the Tuatha De Danann are big in the myth tales. You have any about the Tir na Nog, land of everlasting youth and fae, banshees, etc., leprechauns, aren't just small, red-headed men in golden pots at the end of the rainbow. They're actually fairly fearsome creatures. Yeah, only a little bit. Not all that much. Let me... Yeah, I'm going to quick travel to Tachov. Or, sorry, to Troskovitz. Oh, I'm a bit hungry. Okay. Also the Lu, the father of Salanta and Cuchulainn. I love the story of Cuchulainn. I love his story, it's fantastic. Humans.
Look at them human horses. They think they can do whatever they want.
The nerve of them showing their ghost faces around here.
Why are there humans here?
How things work in these parts.
I thought exactly.
Is there anybody in here? Oh, yeah, here. Hi. Hello, man. Alright, I guess I'll just eat some food the old-fashioned way. There we go. I eat a sausage. I love Irish Gaelic as a language. It's also just an absolute mess. It makes no sense to me. As far as I know, to anybody, the pronunciation is just absurd. Point of interest, tipster. I'll go check that out. Scribe. Trader. Okay. Tailor. Excellent. I need some repairs.
I need something repaired.
I need a few things repaired, actually. Coif, miner's hood, tunic, beggar's hose.
Word about the price.
All right, I'm listening.
How's this?
Look, offer a bit more and we can make a deal. Finally,
okay.
A reasonable sum. Thank you kindly, and come
Wait,
again, friend.
John, what is going on in Congress? I have not heard about any of this.
Excuse me? I'm looking for someone. A friend of mine. The one who ended up in the pillory with me.
Loads of people have been in the pillory, and you know what it's like. I'm really busy right now.
You haven't seen him then? Tall, fair
Oh
haired.
yeah, no, don't get me wrong.
Fancies himself and
yeah,
talks
Grace,
like a noble.
Gaelic is
Sorry,
beautiful.
But I'm
I love the
swamped
sound
with
of
work
it, but
because
it's
of the
so
Semine
bizarre.
wedding. Everyone wants new clothes from me. Even Bashka the butcher ordered a jacket fit for a king, and he isn't even going to the wedding. So no, I haven't seen your friend, and I can't help you. Sorry.
I've heard you dye your own fabric.
I used to. I tried a few times, but I had to give it up. Troskovitz is on a hill, and there's not enough water for that. Why'd you ask?
I'd like to buy some pigment.
I see. Or perhaps I could find some leftover black. If you have enough groschen, it's yours.
Ah, damn. That's more money than I thought. Look, I don't need much. Just a bit will do.
Is that so? What do you want it for, anyway?
Nothing important, really.
All right, whatever. But I'd hate to find out you painted on someone's house. You know what? If I scraped off some of that dry pigment from the edges of the bucket and mixed it with some lard, that could work. Those pigments are a magical thing, eh?
What do you mean?
For example, if you need blue, you can use blueberries or woad leaves. You put them in hot water with the fabric and it'll turn blue. Walnuts good too. With the husks of unripe walnuts, you can get a very nice light brown, sometimes even yellow.
Huh.
The best way to make red is from madder root. And when you add alum or beeswing to the water, the colour gets a beautifully rich shade.
Beeswing?
Or you could just use plain
strange.
old black elder. The berries, of course. But they're more for lighter shades. Oh,
He
and
really knows his
privet's
stuff.
not too bad either. If you use its bark and alum, you get yellow. You can even use the leaves. They make a nice green. But it takes forever. But you know what's my favourite way of making yellow? Using dyer's broom or weld. You take a few nice stems, some leaves, a bit of alum, and you get yellow, as bright as a chick's feathers. And for so much cheaper than using saffron or iris, that's the main thing. Buckthorn makes a nice green, maybe the best of all. You use its fruit. They say it can also heal, but I've never tried that.
I love this.
The most important
this is really
part
all
is the stain, anyway. Like alum, for example. It can create all sorts
This
of
is great because
shades and
it's really
give
indicative of
depth,
how much
richness
the
to
medieval
colour.
people loved
But even
color.
that won't help you
Bright
if you
colors,
don't
especially
know
in clothes,
what to
but
use
also in
for what
decoration and
colour.
everything. Love this.
Sometimes you want the fruit, sometimes the bark, sometimes the root, or maybe the leaves. Too bad I don't dye fabric much anymore. But I see you're really into it. You know what? Take some of it for free.
My word. Thank you so much.
Oh, not worth mentioning. Just be careful not to stain yourself. Quality material like this doesn't wash off easily.
Awesome. Got some paint. Bull paint. Excellent. Very cool. Alright, now what? There's a quest tipster right up here. Or, sorry, a point of interest tipster. Go check that out, shall we? Somebody in the tavern. It's the innkeeper. Of course it's the innkeeper. Everything. It's always the innkeeper.
I came to apologise for the fight that me and Lord Capon started. If we caused any damages, I'll take care of them.
You've served your penance by carrying them sacks, and I'm sure you won't forget about the stocks anytime soon either, eh? So we're square. If you want to help me out, though, I do know something you could do. There's a group of humans at the table over there, and they want some food, but, well, I don't know. I'm scared of them.
Should I kick them out?
No, a guest's a guest, and coin's coin, but do you think you could serve them for me? Better to have a fella deal with them.
Bye-bye, John. I don't think we're going to be slaying goblins, but I do love slaying goblins.
What are humans doing in Troskovitz anyway?
Beats me. I reckon Sigismund sent
Thanks for the
them.
hearts.
But if that was the case, he'd order them to pillage and murder. Not sit
Oh
around
yeah,
in
that's
a
true.
tavern.
Yeah, the ammonia
all
from
I know is
pea
they're
like,
sitting in
works
my
as a
yard,
color
hungry,
developer.
and
It was
have a
actually
pile
used in a
brush
lot
that
of
I
things
could
in the
really
Middle Ages.
use.
In Holbein portrait era Europe, pea was used as bleach for hair. Because yes, that's true too. It was used for cleaning. There were even a couple of things it was used for preserving. I don't think food typically, but oh shoot, what was it? I think it was used in what's it called? Not plaster, but the whitewash, like for over plaster, that sort of thing. If I remember correctly, they used urine for that. It had, and not just human urine, by the way. They used livestock urine as well for a lot of these things. So yeah, a lot of these. It was cool. I mean, it's fascinating the uses we can come up with for these sorts of things, and it's also an interesting way of looking at it too, right? Because we think of these processes as in terms of material science, right? In terms of what are the particular properties of, not of urine per se, but of the ammonia, right? Even the way you bring this up, right, is that the ammonia in urine is useful in these ways and does these things. Rather, if you listened to the guy talking about dye, he was not talking about, well, it extracts the pigment from, the alum is used to extract the pigment from this thing and to implant it into the other thing, or whatever. It's more like we discover processes, and they're almost ritualized as a way of getting things done, because we know something about the properties of the thing, and those properties that the thing has have certain causal powers that have impacts on other things, right? Rather than thinking of things in terms of, well, there's this. They didn't think of things in formulaic terms, right? They thought of things as processes, as gosh, I don't know. There's a reason that a lot of old recipes, for example, will have certain things listed in them in the process of doing them that don't seem relevant to the modern mind, right? Like a lot of recipes, a lot of older recipes especially, will indicate the direction that you need to stir the pot, right? And the reason for that has something to do with how it causes you to stir with when you're stirring with a utensil with your right hand is different from stirring the other way, right? Now it didn't. Now you can give that as something more precise, like you need to whip vigorously or whatever, or right. You can explain that in more modern mechanistic terms, or you can just say stir clockwise, you know, X number of times or for X amount of time, right? So I don't know. It seems like processes like this were thought of as more holistic. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me again. Ah, sorry. But a lot of things were thought of as more holistic in a pre-modern context, in a way that I really liked. Oh yeah, cool. So you're far more of an expert than I am. I've studied some material history and things like that, but not specifically historical fashion. Aside from certain things for my own curiosity and to some extent for like D&D purposes, right? Because I try and bring in some historical realism into my D&D. Like, for example, it wildly depends on the setting. Like for one, when I've run games in Forgotten Realms, I think of Waterdeep, particularly, which mostly where a lot of my games come out of, as a kind of combination of early Renaissance Florence, plus with a lot of influence. Okay, so I think of it in this way: it is a cross between early Renaissance Florence, early 20th century New York, with certain modern cultural sensibilities. Modern meaning 21st century, and that is a fascinating mix. Especially because the technology basis is early Renaissance, and the trade basis and a lot of the cultural factors, but the civic culture is a lot more early 20th century American metropolis, so like New York, Manhattan. But a lot of the moral norms are modernist, are postmodern modernist, like 21st century, written by people don't see beyond their own horizon in a lot of ways, right? So there's this. So you have to look into all of these different periods for these for getting the feel of a setting right. Oh God, everyone, please stand by. I've disconnected my microphone from my desk. Please give me one moment. Ah, okay, much better. Sorry about that. Sorry. Anyway, as I was saying before tragedy struck, I also have done a lot of the same sorts of things in terms of influence of my current my homebrew campaign setting, which is very much set in culturally speaking, early no, not early, like mid to late 13th century equivalent Europe. But with the changes and additions that would be brought on by magic and magical creatures and things like that, right? And the slightly different history of the world there is this division between the pagans and monotheists, and then also the beast races of different lands and stuff like that. Anyway, but it is heavily inspired by real 13th century Europe, and so I try and keep fashion and technology and whatnot, and architecture even where applicable, relevant to that period. At least more or less within that period. Hence, I'm running D&D with no rapiers, for example. Rapier had not been invented, because there was a reason for it. Plate mail was new and expensive and only really worn by elite nobility and things like that.
All right. But I'm not sure I'll understand them.
You'll manage. One of them speaks our language.
Okay.
But be quick about it. They're starting to make the locals nervous. Wojtek at the next table looks like he's about to pounce on them. And no more fighting. I want this to go smoothly.
Okay, let's give it a try.
Someone should kick their ass.
The innkeeper said you wanted some food.
Exactly. We do not want much. Just some bread and something beside. Maybe a bit of sausage.
Do you have money?
We have, and we pay for everything. On my name, not Vashko.
Okay.
Look at them human horses. They think they can do whatever they want.
Where do I find bread and sausages?
Teach them how things work in these parts.
My thoughts exactly.
Bread and 2 sausages.
Like we should be living in fear for our women in our own village.
Right.
I need to rob. I just need bread and sausages.
God bless you. Don't humans even want here?
Human swine. You think you own the place, do you?
Where's bread? It's not bread. It's milk. Ah, bread.
They think they can do whatever they want.
Here you go.
Thank you. I afraid we leave. Ahesh. Without food.
Corva, why are you even talking to them? They can go to hell.
What were you thinking coming here? Humans don't exactly have the best reputation around here.
We don't want trouble. We're just hungry. We had enough of that later back at camp. We just want to eat something good for change.
The locals don't want you here, and neither do I. The less humans I meet in my lifetime, the better.
No. Hold on now.
All humans say. But what you say? We eat and we go.
I wish you good appetite.
Thanks, friend.
I wouldn't exactly say friend.
You should get the fuck out of here. You hear me, you Hungarian pork sausage?
Easy, fella. They just want to eat their food in peace and leave.
You seem very sure about that. Last time you got into a brawl here yourself, and now you're going to preach to us about peace? Oh shit. I say we smash their teeth in and be done with it.
Do you want to make a fool of yourself? You'd cry like a little girl after these warriors break every bone in your body.
Last time, the only one crying was you, when you had shit thrown at you in the stocks. So stop acting tough and run along. Do I make myself clear, you cunt? Out, now!
You're pomaging for later. All right, we go.
Peacher! What did you just say? Fuck that shit!
Let's not.
Hey, where do you think you're going? Did you really just spit on me, you scum?
He not mean it. He go too far.
And who's gonna pay?
We no eat anything. You take food back.
So our food ain't the gentleman's taste, eh? Maybe they'd rather wear it on their heads instead. What about you, lad? Will you help us kick these pigs out of here?
Leave them alone.
You're defending those horse fuckers. Birds of a feather, eh?
You don't even know who they are.
You think I don't? They're fucking humans. They burn and pillage every village they come across, and you're standing up for them. You fucking traitor. Get the fuck out of here, you
Take that! Nice!
Never saw that coming.
Quiet. Things
Yeah!
are hard.
Don't spit it!
We don't want no humans here.
Hold this! Send my enemies to the devil!
Majd nem fogom vissza magam, és az rossz lesz. Fuck. Mi a fasz volt ez?
Tell them to fuck off, the pricks. They have no business here.
What are you on about? Haven't you had enough?
And you kind of got beat the hell out of.
You really fucked up this time. You're a damn traitor. Now those fuckers will come back at night and slit our throats in our sleep.
Why did you attack them?
I'm on the side of King Wenceslas.
Ha! If you're one of us, prove it. Take care of those Cuban pigs, and things will be settled between us.
What do you mean, take care?
What do you think? Just make sure they never come back here again.
Don't you think you're going too far?
Either you're with us, or you're against us. Your choice. Seems they came from Samin. Try asking there. Someone must have noticed that rabble.
I mean, understandable, but just because they are humans does not mean that they are bandits. They could just be foreign Hungarians. Slaughter! I could do that, but I won't. I am injured. Alright, let's see. There's still a point of interest tipster around here somewhere. And I said tonight I would go and find Mutt, so I don't want to get into this too deep. But the innkeeper still has a point of interest to tell us about. Yeah, so okay. Grace, this is a good point. So Grace says depending on when the game is set. So the game is set in 1403. Wait, 1503. No. 14? Shoot. 1503. It was... Wait, no. Shoot. Someone tell me. Someone figure this out for me. It's gonna drive me insane. I know it's 14th. It was either late 14th century, I think, or early 15th century. So I think 1403. Yeah, I think it's 1403. Ish. Either way, it's late 14th, early 15th century, something like that. Anyway, women's dress is asynchronous, the period being, depending on when it takes place, a dress would be very minorly tailored, even at the top compared to the one in the game. Medieval clothing, especially for women, and to modernize, is fairly shapeless and wide cut rather than tight and tailored around the chest and waist. Mostly, although there were some periods, especially like the 11th and 12th centuries, where you did have more tailoring around the, like, under the bodice kind of thing, if anything. Okay, who is it that has this tip?
God grant you health.
Oh, it's the Innkeeper.
What's the latest news, Innkeeper?
Have you heard about the Divozhenka of Semaine?
Taking their time again.
What Divozhenka?
You haven't seen one yet? A Divozhenka is a wild woman of the forest. An ugly, disfigured creature. You can find them deep in the woods or caves, where they make their ointments and gather magic herbs.
A hag?
Sometimes they hurt people, sometimes they help them. You shouldn't go there.
Why not?
The Sameen lot did that. They were worried she might put young Lord Sameen under a spell, especially now, because of the wedding. So they took care of her. And that's about it, I'd say.
Sounds interesting. Thank you, Innkeeper.
Yeah, interesting. Anyway, let's go. But yeah, I do think, generally speaking, medieval fashion and just general medieval sensibilities are a bit odd to the modern eye in a lot of ways. There we go. I mean, for example, something that is mostly portrayed well in this game, but not exceptionally.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
A lot of the medievals loved bright colors, especially like bright pastel colors, mostly because it was hard to make, right? It's very hard to make pastel colors, right? And so pastel colors were for one, a sign of status, but then also a kind of an exaltation of beauty. Right. We think of bright colors as kind of gauche. Lullaby, here we go. Poppy and Thistle. Herb Paris. Poppy, Thistle, Herb Paris. I know. Okay, I need Poppy, Thistle, and Herb Paris for Lullaby. I ought to just make some chamomile decoction. Do I have it? No. No. I don't have what I need. Okay. True, wasn't common in 1403, in Bohemia especially common. See, that's the thing. I don't know much at all about Bohemia in particular. Most of my knowledge is more Western Europe. I know plenty about France and England. Some Spain and Italy is really as far south and east as my knowledge really goes. Maybe Germany. And my period is also my period of expertise is also before this. I know more about the 13th century and earlier than I do about the 14th, 15th century. Also, fabric type matter too, because sumptuary laws existed. Yeah, sumptuary laws were... So as far as I know, sumptuary laws were less enforced, like legally enforced, than they were very... how to put it? They were cultural norms, but that carries the wrong connotation today. Right, because cultural norms today are easily ignored. Like if you just act contrary to cultural norms today, that could be perfectly reasonable. Like there's no you won't suffer any social consequences really from being a weirdo, right? But if you were a weirdo in the 15th century, you were an outcast, and being an outcast means that you essentially can't survive.
Greetings to you.
Greetings also. I'm weeding your garden for you. You're welcome. The same honestly goes for weapons. There were places where it was illegal for commoners to wear weapons, or weapons above a certain length, or weapons of a certain type, that sort of thing. But that was exceptionally rare. That was an exception rather than the rule. More so, it was far more uncommon for common folk to wear weapons, particularly weapons of a more battlefield sort. Not because it was illegal, but because it was improper. And these proprieties of culture were enforced, again, less so by the force of law per se, but far more so by social pressure. Like, far more intense social pressure than we have today for almost anything. I don't need more marigolds. What are these? This is eyebright. I don't need more eyebright at the moment. I could. Comfrey. I don't have any recipes that call for it, but I'll take a couple. Yeah, so Bohemia is essentially what is today Austria, parts of Austria. And into the Balkans, that sort of thing. Well, I mean, okay, the other thing, though, the thing with gypsies, right? Gypsies, those we would call gypsies today, did exist as a people group, as a nomadic people group at this time as well. And they had the sort of untrustworthy reputation that they largely retain in Europe to this day. What else we have here? Thistle. Need some thistle. I'll take it. Alright, I can at least make some marigold decoction.
God be with you.
And with you. Hey, Baze, how you doing? We're talking about medieval fashion and stuff. Okay, so I don't have everything I need here. Poppy, thistle, and herb Paris. Chamomile and sage. It's, okay, so chamomile, wine, add chamomile and boil, grind sage, add it, and pour. Okay. Is it 1 or 2? I should have looked. Okay, so 2 chamomile, 1 sage. Honestly, I didn't even realize that there was an alchemy bench here. Grind the sage. Add it and pour. Anyway, how you doing, Baze? I got 2 chamomile brews.
I should have left that chamomile on the fire a bit longer.
Really? Okay, well, now I know. Wait, I'm out of chamomile? Okay. Then we grind the sage. I'll do this and then I'll call it for this. I'm gonna do this last one. This is also something that I can absolutely do off stream as well that I just didn't know about. I did not know that there was an alchemy bench here. So now I know. Got two of them.
I should have left that chamomile on the fire a bit longer.
Okay. Alright, I'm out of here. I'm gonna bring my book. Drank it. Alright, now. Alright, let's head, what's this? Oh no, that's nothing interesting. Nothing useful. Alright, let's head south and then take that north branch right here at the fork. I gotta figure out what herb Paris looks like. It's important. Do I have any food that will heal me? Sure, apples will. So will pears. So will wine. All right, that'll work. Oh, sorry.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
All right. Anyway, I probably do want to go back and watch the Trump speech at some point, maybe after the stream. Because John certainly makes it sound interesting. Frickin' mess. I also almost want to poach some cows, but I won't, because it seems like a really bad idea. What's this? Hello, birdies.
Greetings to you.
Oh, huntsman. Ooh, this is a flower field, but there's things here. Poppies! Hey, we need that. Grab a bunch of poppies. Grab some herbs Paris if I can find it. Herbs de Paris, or whatever. I don't know what they look like. That's the problem. There's sage. Guess I could use a little of. Thistle, got it. I guess not. Okay. Okay. Here, I need to take the... guess the North Fork. Yeah, I gotta go north, so here we go. Nettles. I thought I needed. Racess says, I only know so much offhand with medieval fashion because I've been researching for historically accurate Juliet from the Romeo x Juliet anime cosplay I'm working on a design for. Oh, very cool. Very cool. And so that would be... that takes place in the, what, 16th century? Mid to late 16th century? Something like that? Or am I way off? What's this? Nothing. Nothing of use. Beautiful. I will say that. I'll say that much. What is this? Oh, it's a town. Right there. Could hike cross country, but I'll just take the road. Why not?
You better fight. Show your stuff!
We're going to gut you, you horse!
Okay, do this.
Not much for us, fucker! Take that fucker out, damn it!
Okay, he's down.
Show your stuff!
Okay, you need to get out into the field. You look menacing. I like this. This guy's beefy. Oh, come on! No! Oh, no! I haven't saved them good!
Wake up! Come on!
I parted with bowl paint? Why? What happened there? Oh, no, I have it. Okay.
What the hell happened?
Alright, well, at least I autosaved at some point. Let's try again. Okay, so it... oh, the original story of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet takes place in Verona in 1303. Okay, wow. The anime is set much later, setting-wise. Franken-Victorian. I like that. Franken-Victorian. Okay, okay, we still need to talk to her about... that's not the innkeeper. Where's the innkeeper?
Good afternoon.
What's the latest?
What?
You have a dip. You can
Okay, so yeah,
it's a meat specialist. So and that
sounds in.
That's enough.
Okay. All right, well. I still want to... I don't need to collect all of those herbs because that would be ridiculous. I'm not going to do this whole thing again. I'm going to collect a few herbs, enough to make some marigold decoctions. Not dandelions. Chamomile decoctions, not marigold. What am I thinking?
The Lord be with you.
We'll put said dress I'm adapting back to would have looked like in 1303 in the art chat. Oh, cool. Okay. So you're going for... You're basically taking the Franken Victorian look and running the clock back to how it would have been in the original, something like that. Ooh, every album references Shakespeare in some way. All of Dirtpool Robins. Really? Huh. I didn't catch it. I did listen to it. I did not catch the reference. All right, well, let's do it, shall we? Yeah, so boil for 1 turn. Like, alright, whatever. Try this one more time. I think I'm only going to do once this time, so I can get like 1 or 2 or whatever it is. Use it and then moving along, because, you know, bandits. Honestly, that fight should have been relatively easy if I had not been fiddling around with my crossbow. Oh, here we go. Forgot I have to hold the button. Yeah, I got 2 of them.
That chamomile should have had more time on the fire.
More than 1 full turn? Like, I don't... Okay, whatever. I guess 1 turn is... longer than that? I don't know. There. I could wear the coif, but, like, it looks stupid without a hat. And I don't want to wear the fancy hat in my combat outfit. Okay, moving along. Let's go! Oh, wait, hold on. I can sell a couple of my clothes here.
Christ, what a day.
Das war ein gutes Geschäft. Auf Wiedersehen.
Okay, I'm not gonna bother haggling from that. All right.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
South? Yeah, south. All right, let's try this again, shall we? Hey, you know, I should be ever so slightly more willing to save scum, especially once I'm able to make a bunch more saber shops, but I have not been able to, and maybe that's something I'll do off stream at some point before next week. In any case, my goal shall remain to go and find Mutt. I'm going to go find Mutt now. I'm going to head generally in the direction of finding Mutt. That's what I will do. That is what I shall do. I guess I need some thistle. Skyrider and the Dead Horse album. Falling upwards into love in Queen of the Night. I thought I caught a reference in Queen of the Night. What's this? Here's a campsite. Okay. West Fork? Yeah. Right. Fork. Whatever. Now I at least know that there are bandits here. So that's progress, I suppose. If I can get a shot off with the crossbow before they see me, then I'll be fine. And they'll be quite injured. If I'm at range to be able to switch to the sword. But if not, then that's too much of a risk. I have already found this out the hard way. Particularly if I can get up here. Oh, I can't move while loading. Okay. Good to know. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to F them up. I mean, sure, they'll get to me eventually, but like... Where did that come from?
I've been waiting for you!
Ooh, ouchies. Jesus. Okay.
I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker!
Okay, that's not great. Okay, he's dead. Drowner's hood. I mean... Frilled cap. Okay, I'll take it. Oh, it's stolen. No, I'm not going to take the stolen things. Ooh, maybe I will. That's actually quite nice. Hand wrap. Oh. I'll take that. I'll take simple shoes. You know what? I am going to take the nice stuff. He took off of the poor dead guy. Where's his weapon? He had an axe, didn't he? Yeah, here we go. Carpenter's axe. I'll take that. Oh. It's interesting that there was only one this time.
God bless you.
It's Huntsman.
What? Hey, Wayfarer. You have a long road ahead of you. Why don't you and I roll some dice?
God be with you.
I will play dice with you.
God be with you, Sir Knight. I'm Henry, and I serve the Lord of Lipa.
And which one might that be? You see, I know several of them. It's an old and respected house.
Well, my lord resides in Ratai, on Sasau.
Him I don't know, but I rode with the old Captain Chenyak of Lipa when Emperor Charles was still with us.
Forgive me, sir, but that's before my time.
Well, of course. Half a century has passed since those glorious battles against the Hungarian troops. And all I'm left with today is debts.
So you fought for Emperor Charles, the father of our King Wenceslas?
Indeed I did. My boy, he was a pious and clever king, and as cunning as the devil.
So you stand with Wenceslas too?
Always. The apple has fallen far from the tree. Young Wenceslas is just a foppish coxcomb. Well, safe to say, it's all going to the bloody dogs.
So, sir, fancy a game of dice?
Gladly. I might just get lucky at last. What game would you like to play?
I don't have a badge. Let's do beggars.
Let's play beggars.
Let's play.
I'll just bet 3. That's 3 groschen is enough to bet.
I hope Lady Luck will be on my side.
That does not sound like his voice at all. Alright, that'll do. Ready for Lent? Are we ever ready for Lent? Okay, yes, but more or less. I am... Ooh, jeez. Okay.
Finished. Your turn.
I don't know. I will say yes, broadly speaking. Going past, that'll work. But also, I am 33 years old. Good lord. Okay, he won. All right,
Great.
Good job.
What can you do? I reckon I'm just lucky.
That was lucky. All right. Got a straight 1 through 6. Good lord. I can. Yeah, I will drink some wine. Maybe it will heal me slightly. It will, very slightly. All right, sounds good. Anyway, let's go. Yeah, so being 33 is really... It puts an interesting point, let's say, on the Lenten and Easter season. What does 33 have to do with it? Well, it's the age of Christ. I, this year, am the age when Christ died. That is, that seems to me a rather meaningful, if only for giving myself additional perspective. This right here, right? This here, this is how old our Lord and Savior was when he died on the cross. I don't know. It gives some additional, perhaps impactful perspective on Christ's passion and resurrection. I don't know. I'll report back the experience when Good Friday rolls around. Zhelyov. I will perhaps in the middle of the night do some nasty bull painting. But first, before I do any bull painting, I need to go find my doggy. Why are they looking for me?
Mind where you're going.
You have to hear this. In Silver Skallets, they say, without warning, attacked by human troops. In one afternoon, they burned down the whole village, killed all the villagers.
Yes, I was there. I know that. Okay, so if I go southwards, that'll take me back past, what's her name? Yeah, the south road will get me there.
Drove the local lord out of his own castle.
Right? Okay, yeah, so just follow this road. Can I use the sharpening wheel? That's the other question. Am I allowed to use the sharpening wheel, or will I be told to bugger off? That's a really important question. I want to sharpen my hunting sword just a little bit. Oops, smoking.
All done.
I'll sharpen this newly looted axe as well. Bloody axe.
That's more like it.
Okay. Anything else? Now we're good. Ooh, wormwood. I don't need it yet, but I'm sure I will. Other recipes I need it for. In the meantime, though, best not to get too melancholy. It is still Fat Tuesday, and I'm still enjoying a nice Rob Roy. Snag some more honey. Oh yes, I will agree. Absolutely a different vibe compared to Star Wars on Thursdays. Absolutely. Much more chill. Even the combat is far less frenetic. Now, yeah, okay, no, that's right. So in the news recently has been this conflict between Trump and Zelensky, which I find absolutely fascinating. It's the interesting thing about it for me is that Zelensky made an absolutely unforced error in his call it diplomacy, if you want. Right? He absolutely, so basically he pissed off Trump by shit talking both him and Vance. When he absolutely did not need to. That said, I will say, his point, the point he made about it not being, it being partially, right, partially America's fault, in a sense, of it being not just Biden's fault, but the blame going back to the previous Trump administration and to even Biden's administration, is partially true, but also he's missing... I think that he is missing some crucial context about the American political system, right? He's thinking of America as just this thing, this singular, solid, important thing, right? This thing that acts as a unit, even. Which is not actually the case, especially because our administrations change. It is almost a full-on regime change when a new president comes into office, right? And so to say that there is this sort of continuity of blame, excuse me, going back through the previous 4 administrations is silly. It's really a rather silly misunderstanding of American politics. That said, there are elements of the American political system which do work like that, and it is essentially what we would call the deep state, specifically as it concerns Ukraine. Level 8. Specifically as it concerns Ukraine, there is the what do you say, the I guess broadly the CIA, but also things like USAID and all of these various departments and things that are largely responsible for a lot of the mayhem that gets.
It's not usual for her to be gone so long.
Uh-oh. Anyway, so it's the State Department, it's the CIA, it's these executive agencies and departments that are consistent between administrations. Yeah. I don't have the money for that.
Has something happened?
My daughter, Pavlena. Remember her? She was here when I was healing you two.
I remember. What's wrong with her?
She's missing. It's not like her to be wandering around like that. She goes to Troskovitz to sell baskets, but she knows I can't manage on my own, so she never stays away for long. These old eyes of mine can't see nothing much. Pavlena has to take care of me. She's a good girl, that lass of mine. I'm very worried about her. You understand? What if something's happened to her? God forbid. I can't look for her myself, but you could. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I've no one else to turn to.
Yeah.
All right, good wife. I'll try to find Pavlena for you.
Thank you, Henry. If I was you, I'd ask in Troskovitz. That's where she was heading last time I saw her. And if she arrived, someone must have seen her. And you can look in the hut in her place in the loft. She keeps her things there.
Okay, I'll do that
My old
now.
legs ain't up to climbing stairs, but you might find some clues there.
Okay, I'll look for clues before I leave. Wow. That's a lot of potion bottles. Boy, oh boy. I'm going to make a sleeping potion real quick, though, since I can. I think I got everything I need for it. What's this? A drying rack? Anyway, I think that a lot of Zelensky's mistake there was due to a misunderstanding of American politics more than anything else. And then of course being being so damned full of himself. Poppy, thistle, herb, Paris. Okay. Okay. But being so damn full of himself because everyone has been treating him as like this legendary hero for so long, right? And it's that kind of thing can go to your head, especially if you're a drama kid, which he very much is. He's an actor comedian. All right, let's see. Oil. the poppy, boil for 1 turn. Add the thistle, boil for another turn. Grind the Eau de Paris, add it, and then pour. Oil. Wait, did he? I don't remember him actually calling Vance a bitch. Like, not in so many words. Did he? I mean, he was just absolutely like shockingly rude to Vance, and was basically yelling at him. But still, I wouldn't quite go that far, would you? Okay, next I add the thistle. And boil for another turn. Grind the herb Paris. Put it in and pour. Oh, he muttered it under his breath in Ukrainian. Pretty sure Trump caught it. Interesting. Wow, that's...
I didn't boil that poppy long enough, did I?
Really? I need 3 servings of it? Oh my god, okay. Herb, Paris, poppy, and thistle. Jesus, okay. So it's poppy, then thistle. We'll do reverse order. So I can just go 1, 2, 3. Let's try this again. Oil. All. I mean, I'm sure that, okay, muttering something under your breath in Ukrainian, maybe Trump caught that he muttered something under his breath in Ukrainian. I don't quite know if Trump understood that he was calling J.D. Vance a bitch. I will say, though, something that somebody pointed out was that he was consistently referring to them as Donald and J.D., which seems really, really weird and inappropriate to me. Maybe, again, a lot of that, maybe it's a language barrier thing. You would think that if you're, you know, somebody in Zelensky's position, which is not a strong position, let's be realistic, that you would be a little more careful with your language, even if you're not familiar with the language that you're trying to be careful in, right? Yes, also in a tracksuit. Like, I don't know, maybe he was just trying to be more stereotypically Eastern European. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what he was going for. Or maybe he just doesn't own a suit. Like, there were interviewers, like, there were journalists, asking him, do you own a suit? I love that. That was a great little stupid dumbass exchange. Where's the files? There we go. Also, the fact that he can't comprehend metaphors, I guess.
That poppy needed more time on the fire.
Poppy needed more time on the fire, okay. Fine. Herb Paris. Thistle, poppy. Yeah, the whole you don't have the cards thing. The fact that he did not know what that meant or something, that was really weird. Like, when Trump said, you don't have the cards, right? And he says, we're not playing cards. I'm just like, I'm sorry, what? Are you retarded? I mean, he might genuinely just be slow, because I can't imagine that's a language barrier thing, is it? Like, not being able to understand that is an analogy, that he means that you're gambling with your people's lives, and that you have a losing... you're in a losing position. You're in a weaker position. Like, how is that not clear? I don't know, man. The whole thing was just a fascinating debacle. On a completely unrelated note, I went camping this weekend with Michael, my son, and my dad, and a bunch of guys from our church, like Knights of Columbus and some other folks. It was a lot of fun.
I should have left that poppy on the fire a bit longer.
Are you serious? I'm gonna do one more, just cause, I guess. Anyway, yeah, it was a whole lot of fun. I don't know if Michael had as much fun as he probably ever has in his entire life. It was a great time. It was a great time. I will say also we did a lot of playing with fire, naturally, as one does when you're camping, right? Especially the really big group. There was like 60. It was probably about 60 people there. It was a great time, and I was reminded of that by the fact that we've got a bellows here, and boy, I'll tell you, a bellows would have been so useful in getting the fires, started and keeping the fires going. There were a few times when the fire was like low and needed a little more oomph to it, And I'll say, a lot of the like older kids were often doing was throwing on what is essentially tinder, right? Dry pine needles, pine cones, stuff that will catch and burn fast, right? Good enough, good move, I suppose. It'll do the job. However, what does the job a lot more and a lot more quickly, and will actually catch real fuel, is to just blow directly onto it. Just massive burst of air. That will catch the actual big pieces, the big parts of fuel, like the big logs and things, and yeah, that works great. Can't tell you how many times I would just go up to the fire and just go, and it would just catch.
Didn't boil that poppy long enough.
I'm just bad at alchemy. Okay, I'm glad I know that now. We do not have a Dutch oven. Why do you ask? What time is it? Ooh, it's like nighttime. I'm gonna make a not chamomile, the other one. Yeah, chamomile thingy. I'm gonna go to sleep here. Do I have everything I need for savior schnapps? Belladonna. Nettle and belladonna. Okay, I can do that. I'll do one of these. Chamomile. 2 chamomile and 1 of sage. In wine. Oh, did anyone bring one for use? No, we didn't. There were not to worry though. There was plenty of food. A bunch of people brought like extra food and like things to make and things to cook and stuff, and most of it went unused just because the Knights of Columbus did a great job with food. We basically had 3 square meals a day. So we got there Friday afternoon. And then we Friday night we did a fish fry. They had like they brought out these big old cauldrons and big fryer cauldrons. Which were great. And the fried fish was fantastic. Then breakfast we had like eggs and sausage and stuff like that, and pancakes. Then we had what else we get? We for lunch we did like burgers, hot dogs, pulled pork, stuff like that. And then dinner we did like a hobo stew kind of thing. Like ham and vegetables and sausage and stuff all just sort of cooked together in a big old thing, which was great. And then breakfast the last day, somebody just went and brought bagels and donuts. So simple enough. Nice.
I didn't boil that chamomile long enough.
Really? Thought I went too long there. Okay. I don't have... What? I don't have belladonna or thistle? I thought I just picked up belladonna. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't want me using dried. Okay, I guess. I can't auto-prepare if it's dried. Alright, so. 2 handfuls of belladonna. Oh, it's nettle. Do I have nettle? I don't have nettles? Wow, okay, I don't have saber schnapps then. Okay. That's why I need nettle. Got it. Alright then. Alright, I'm gonna check the upstairs.
So, Pavlena, what have you left for me? Like she got up and went straight out. Hey, this is a boy's cap. Does Pavlena wear it? Or did someone leave it here?
Either of those things could be the case, and they would both be suspicious. Too difficult. Really? That's a challenge. Okay. Yeah, no, maybe you're right.
She's got unfinished work here.
Okay, so she clearly intended to come back. And she either has a boy who comes by, or is dressing as a boy.
If she planned to run away, she'd have taken them with her.
Right, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll eat breakfast at breakfast time.
Hey, what do you think you're doing here? Came to steal something, did you?
No!
Wait, we can come to some agreement, can't we? That was just a joke. Isn't it funny?
We'll see who has the last.
What in the
You're
world?
That's better.
Are you serious? I can't sleep there anymore? Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, it's the middle of the night now, so.
Everything is in its place. Thank God.
I really thought I could sleep there. I guess I can't. Yeah, it's nearly midnight. That's wonderful. Okay. Seeing as I don't have anywhere to sleep, let's just move along, shall we? I mean, hey, if you've got a good recommendation of another Durper Robbins to album to listen to, I will. Yeah, definitely. Mike's got some great fun memories for the weekend. So for sure. Any of these actually help me for health? Drinking water. Nothing. Helps with energy. There, fine. What is this quest? T Tomcat. Okay. Mice. No. Mutt. Need to do that. Axe from the lake. That's what it's saying is nearby. And mutt nearby. Okay then. I should not be out here in the middle of the night. This is such a bad idea. Yeah, I'll also say I'm thinking about joining up with the Knights of St. George, which, despite its origins with Taylor Marshall, seems to be a good sort of Catholic alternative to the Boy Scouts. It's very faith-focused. It seems pretty cool because, like, all of the, instead of like merit badges, there's basically achievements that are all inspired by the saints and the lives and the patronages of the saints, which is really neat. And there's a whole bunch of guys, a whole bunch of dads and boys.
What the fuck is this supposed to mean?
Hey, lad. What do you want? Come here.
What do you want?
Just to wish you a good day. Good to see you, lad.
Really? It seems to me I'm in your way.
Ha! Not at all. That poor fella didn't have anything interesting on him. But you might.
I'm almost as poor as that dead man there. I was just robbed of everything I had.
Well, that's some bad luck. Losing everything twice in a row like that. So, what'll it be?
Why do you think the poor dead man is lying here? He's far from the only one. I saved myself only because I swam naked across the pond.
Right. I was thinking to myself, there's nothing left here that's worth anything.
They even killed my dog here.
Oh, what a fucking mess. Clear off before I change my mind.
Before we part ways, have you seen a dog?
A dog? No, I haven't. But when I'm out at night, laying in looking for work, I often hear wolves howling by the rocks near the pond.
Wonder if I can kill him. Wait. Oh shit.
Now you're going to get it. Show what you're made of. Ah, useless.
Oof. Ouchies. Excellent. Military sword. Very nice. I will take that. Absolutely. Larix hood? Ooh. Counters with rondel. Leather gloves, battered chausses, vagrant's boots. Door and chest keys. 5 Russian. Used to gain a quarter more points from your turn. Once. Ooh. I'm way over encumbered. What can I leave? Carpenter's axe. Work axe. It's kind of heavy. Cleric's Hood. I don't need a Cleric's Hood. That's no longer stolen, which is nice. Embroidered coat is still stolen. Long gambeson is theoretically better than what I have, but it is horrible condition. Theoretically better. Could be better. Better max values, but not by much. Worth a fair amount. Ordinary coat. 0 conspicuousness. Wow, okay. For tunic. You can keep the leather gloves. Padded chausses. I should wear. Oh! Damn! Those are good defenses. Okay, that's great. Simple shoes. I'd like to keep, but they are damaged. Vagrant's boots I don't need. Potion, belladonna, a bunch of herbs. Yeah, I know. I drop my value density. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for, but... Damn, this is a really good armorer's kit. Alright, Long gambeson. It's only a little bit better total, and it probably would not be worth fixing. It's less conspicuous, which is nice, but slightly lower visibility. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, and it's not a great value density either. I'll probably get rid of it. It's pretty heavy. That helps me. Okay. All right, quarters with rondel. Yep, absolutely. Wearing that. Padded chausses. Excellent. I don't need beggar's hose for any reason. Yeah, that'll do us. That puts me under encumbrance, but barely. Also, I seem to have an injury. Oh, I'm not bleeding. I'm just injured. Well, glad I fought him.
There's something lying over there. I hope it's not Mutt. Dead and robbed of everything, just like Capon left him. And there's no trace of Mutt.
No, it's a deer.
Oh, a nice bit of venison. And something took a good bite of it. Could Mutt have been here? Mutt's nowhere around. Someone must have taken him in. It's not far to the herb woman's place. Maybe I should ask her whether she's seen him.
Yeah, okay. I'll do that. And then maybe she'll let me sleep finally. Why am I over encumbered all of a sudden? What did I pick up? I'm just going to get rid of this. It's stolen, and it's not going to go unstolen for quite some time, and not going to bother with it. There we go. Yeah, Boy Scouts have absolutely gone downhill. You're right. It's they've gone sort of left political, unfortunately. Like a lot of things, really. So what are you gonna do? It's a common problem these days, you know. How was that? Anyway, it's it really got brought to the forefront when we got that the essentially the announcement that when it went from Boy Scouts to just Scouts, right? Because they didn't want to be exclusive. Right? So they wanted to include girls in the Scouts, even though there is a separate thing for girls. You know, the Girl Scouts, the Scouts for girls. You know the one. Anyway, but yeah, that was a bit of a problem, right? And that was really a that was when the I think it went over a line, right? And also, I will say, yeah, Girl Scouts do suck. You're right. That is unfortunate. But what's this? Is this blood? Or is it just a glitch? Might be a glitch. Oh, that's what I was doing. That's the problem. I picked up a bunch of stuff. Wait, this is anti-nourishing? Oh. Oh. That's interesting. That helps a little. Those are actually not good for me. I didn't realize. Oops. A boar. Hello, boar. That's not a good way of doing that. I'm not surprised that didn't work. Not at all surprised. Hey, Growler. I will say though too, it was extremely beneficial. Not to mention just generally a lot of fun. For Michael to be hanging out with a bunch of boys. You know, and not just his age too. The age ranges of the boys, of the sons, not including the dads, and a few grandpas, was like anywhere from Michael's age. There was a couple of others who were like 4 and 5, all the way up to 17, 18, probably even like 19, 20. And man, a lot of them were playing together. A whole bunch of them were playing together. It was great. They were having so much fun. He'd making new friends. It was great. And it's really because I will say, he tends to, here is where I can sleep. Fine then. I will. There we go. I thought that was mud for a second. Oops. Put this way. Hungry. I'm quite hungry. Oh wait, I can just equip this, can't I? I need to sharpen it though. But it is, I think, better in most ways. Ooh, I don't have the agility? Really? Okay. I need to train my agility. Yeah, I'll take that. Driven by vengeance. Undaunted Cavalier. Wow. My charisma is not that high. Oops. No, it is not that high. It will be. Or 13, that's not bad, but no. Nah. Energy will replenish, nourishment will not decrease. That actually might be good to take. I have 13 perk points. I have a lot. You get 1 extra of the same quality. Ooh, that's actually nice. Yeah, secretive, good. Poison. Purple haze. We'll do this. Totally legit. Stolen weapons, armor, and clothing in your inventory lose their stolen status 20% faster. Ooh, okay. That's good to have. Leg day. Can't take this one? I thought I had 10 available perk points. Okay. Still requires 8 agility. What's my agility? 6. It's still much better. Especially once I go sharpen it. Much better defense. Yeah, I'll go for it. Yeah, let's go for it. All right.
Jesus.
Bojana.
Have you seen a stray dog around? I thought he was dead, but he's likely still alive.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen any dogs around.
Oh, Sakra. Do you have any idea where else he might have gone?
If I were a dog, I'd go to where there's food. There are plenty of fishermen around the pond, and they're always throwing out leftovers at the tavern.
Do you think he'd go and steal leftover food?
I don't know much about dogs. He could have run into the woods and started hunting. He wouldn't be the first or the last. There's a whole pack of wolves near Sameen these days. Maybe your dog's gone feral and is running around with them.
Thanks.
Those are some options.
I had a look in Pavlena's place in the loft.
And? Did you find anything?
She didn't pack up her stuff. I don't think she was planning to be gone for long.
I told you, didn't I? Pavlena wouldn't run off.
She's got unfinished work there. She weaves baskets.
Aye, she usually has a few on the go, but she took them to the market in Troskovitz. We've got nothing here but what we make ourselves, or find in the woods. Pavlena weaves baskets very nicely. Folk buy them from her.
I found a cap there. A man's cap. I don't suppose Pavlena would wear something like that.
You're saying she had some young man here? I'd surely have noticed.
I don't know, good wife. I'm just saying what I found.
I'd
Could
surely
she have found
noticed.
herself a bow in Troskovitz? It was
well.
good to see you, my friend.
I'm still encumbered. Shoot. I'll eat a sausage. Wait, Ow, I'm fat now. Okay. Okay, ask about him in the tavern and then the fisherman. Okay. Fisherman? All the way up there? Oh my god. Okay, the tavern. Here. North of Zheleov. Alright, yeah, let's do that. Let's head that way. Let's go across. Gorgeous. Yeah, I think that's the tavern. Just kind of head straight there, yeah? I'm wet! Was a bad idea. I missed horribly. Okay, never mind. I also should not have thought that would work. I need to find better things to hunt than boar. With my crossbow that has no experience. Crossbow with which I have no experience, I guess I should say. Anyway, know what I meant. Wow. There's a big covered trestle bridge. That's impressive. It's really quite impressive. Stairs carved into the stone slope. Perhaps even more impressive. That's bath. Okay. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted. Switch my fancy outfit. Oh, lodging.
Heute ist es wunderschön.
That is the musician. Interesting. Okay. This is a nice inn. I really like this. Really like this.
My dog got lost not far from here. Did you see him by any chance?
I haven't seen any dogs round here for a while, but I hear there's wolves in the forest causing problems. Just the other day, a shepherd boy from Kopanina complained that his sheep were being eaten by the flea-ridden beasts.
Where can I find this shepherd?
Siegfried? He has a hut at Kopanina. It's just below the castle, on the back slope of the hill.
And you haven't heard anything else about wild dogs?
Here, in the tavern? No. But there was a fella here who gets by doing a bit of poaching. He said once he was hunting when, right in front of him, a large pack attacked a deer. A mix of wolves and dogs, he said. That's not something you see every day.
Do you know where that was?
Interesting.
How would I know where he goes hunting? But I'd say it was in the forest.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a friend of mine. He's not from round here, but...
Let me guess. A dirty ruffian who ain't got a groschen to his name but acts like he owns the bloody place.
He was here then?
Aye, he was. He was larging it up good and proper, and then he found some lads who paid his bill, unfortunately.
What do you mean by that? Why unfortunately?
Because they're right ruffians who are always up to no good, but still birds of a feather, eh? In the end, they left like best pals, but got no idea where they went.
What's going on around here, innkeeper?
You're not going to believe this, but 2 local lads claim they found a water goblin's treasure.
Ooh.
And what did they find there? Are you sure they didn't make it up?
Is it silver
I
axe?
thought so too at first. They're foolish lads, so I wouldn't be surprised. But then they ordered wine and paid with silver. Their purse was jingling with groschen.
You have a water goblin here?
It would be a wonder if we didn't, with all the ponds around. He's got a hut nearby. If you follow the right bank of the Rock Tower Pond, you'll find it hidden in the reeds.
Where did you say the water goblin's hut was?
If you follow the right...
Would you happen to know where I could find these lads?
They often swim at the other side of the Rock Tower Pond. There's a pier there by the dam. That's their
Here's a
spot.
hut.
Any other news?
Recently, a bunch of charcoal burners who have their kilns on the hill above the Kerchak Pond came here to have a beer. I started talking to them and they told me they almost didn't make it.
Why?
They said a pack of wolves came after
here we go.
Okay. Aren't wolves afraid of people?
That's what I thought too. It's strange.
Did they tell you where it happened?
In a gorge above the Rock Tower Pond. They noticed the wolves watching them from the rocks. If you climb up those rocks, you'll be able to see the whole pond from there.
Let me guess. Mutt has made himself the alpha.
Did they tell you how large the pack was?
They mentioned 3 wolves, but God knows if that's all of them.
Do you have any more news?
By the way, we've put together this wee fight club here. Would you like to try it?
That sounds good. What's it about?
It actually came about by chance when the miller Crazel and me bet on who has the stronger hired hands. Then other blokes from the village joined in, and it's become somewhat of a tradition. By the way, old Olbram from Zheleov keeps complaining about the Takovites. If you go and see him, I'm sure he'll tell you more about it. But, well, he takes a bit of getting used to, though.
Oh? What do you mean?
You'll see. I mean, here, and that's pretty much everything.
Thanks, innkeeper. That sounds interesting.
All right.
Take care.
Okay.
Mein Gott.
All right. New quest here. Overturned cart. Another quest. A skill teacher. Fisherman. Shepherd from Kopamina. Oh my god. There is a lot going on here with the Water Goblin's hut. Tomcat. This is the job. The miller Krezel. Wild woman. There's that bathing spot from those kids. That's actually right near where our camp was. This is where we got ambushed by bandits right here. Oh boy. Okay. I'm just gonna hazard a random wild crazy guess and just say that the wolves are up here in these little. There. What's this? Oh, never mind. The wolf pack's up there. Return carts. I will, what's this? Sleeping potion, right? There's a new quest down there, too. Down in Zheleov. Well, there's a new quest. I'm gonna check out what's up with this new quest. The innkeeper. What? I already talked to him about everything. Wait, come back. Come back.
Tell me more about these.
It's really quite simple. Our first fighter is then we have Bohunek here. He works with all. And then there's Fiala.
Yes, I want to take part in the fights, but let me change my armor real quick.
Oh.
I'd like to try the...
Why not? If you don't have enough money, try to go and see Crazel at the mill. Maybe you could...
100 groschen! Oh my god,
Fine.
Okay.
Take care.
Wow, that's a huge buy-in. Alright, never mind. Whew! Alright, there's another quest right there, I guess? That's interesting. Oh, it's him. It's him again. What? What is it?
What's going on around?
We hold a fight.
I don't...
As you... And that's...
Thanks, innkeeper.
I talk to him about
See
the
you
bull.
soon, my friend.
I don't want to talk to him about the bull. I want to dye it fancy colors. But I will not do that yet. There's another quest in Zheleov. Or I can go along the lakes. Let's go down to Zheleov. There is a new quest down there in Zheleov. Or is it up, I guess? I don't know. I guess it's uphill. I think there was a grindstone up in Shelioff too, which is good. I need to sharpen this this military sword I have. Sage. Don't need, really. I do need nettles, though. Should grow on the road, typically. On and around the road.
Don't cause any trouble. Got it?
Greetings.
Oh no, okay, I just need to... Okay, that's what the quest is. Got it, okay. I think there was a grindstone, right? Yeah, where is it? Right over here.
Can't get any better than this.
Okay, let's polish off our hunting sword, just in case.
This is already sharp.
Okay.
Nothing for you.
Alright, in that case... let's quick travel here. Let's go across this bridge, and let's head around the north edge of this lake, shall we? I'm going to switch outfits, though, to my armor, such as it is. I eventually need to find pebbles as well. That's on my list of things to do. Huh, what's this?
What? Turn around right now.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
That's enough. You're getting a thrashing.
Great.
Fuck you!
Show your stuff.
Kurva! I'm wounded!
Fuck! I can't get a shot in.
Show your stuff.
Enough! I give up.
You give up, huh?
Surrender. You wouldn't kill me, would you?
Give me everything you have, and I'll let you go.
All right, easy now. Just let me go and I'll give you everything. You got what you wanted. Now let me go.
I'm now over encumbered. That's fine, though. They're a bunch of bandits. They deserve every bit of what they get. They attacked me, so this is what happens. See, that's the trick. It is to essentially stick stick the bad guy. Hemmed hood, huh? Actually decent. Hunting coat, not bad. Take it. Potters. No. Worse than what I'm wearing. Worse than what I've got. Not very expensive. Firm boots. This is exactly what I have, but worse. Got it. Quilted hose. Exactly what I have, but damaged. Groschen, I'll take. Goose quills. Sure. Yes, the Middle Ages were a beautiful and simultaneously brutal time to be alive. Yeah, just a bunch of dudes just jumped at me on the road. Like, shoot, that's not great. Quilted hose, huh? Nah, I won't bother. Cleric's hood again, really. Couters with, is it couters or cooters? Couters? I don't know. The things with rondels. With a rondel. Pointy cap. That's awfully fancy. Gambeson long. No, it's not any better than what I have. Riding gloves. Much more conspicuous. Good defense. I'll take them. I'll take a bandage. Bandages. Candle? Probably don't need a candle. Work axe? No. What's his weapon? What do you have? It's not showing it. Huh. Oh, right. I'm over encumbered. I can't sprint. Naturally. Big sword I'll pick up. Alright, well. I'm gonna go back to Jelioff, and I'm gonna sell some of this stuff off, don't I? Right. Can't fast travel. Time to walk. Oh, wait. I need the money. Okay, I need the groschen. Yeah, being over encumbered is a little rough. Now, I will say, the idea that you could be like less than a quarter mile away from a tavern and a bunch of bandits will jump on you like that is fairly unrealistic. Mostly just because you could literally shout, and some of these people would probably hear you from that distance. And then also, realistically, like that level of call it unsafety, if you will. I don't have any food to smoke. Okay.
Ave Maria.
Amen.
I've heard tomcats wailing better songs.
Second.
Here, what do I have? So sell my goose quills.
I hope you'll be satisfied, my friend.
Did not help much as far as my weight goes. Now, okay, so a couple of things about this. This difference in terms of safety and civilization and brutality and all that. I would not actually say that the Middle Ages were substantially more brutal. It's just that civilization was smaller and more isolated. Let's put it that way, right? Traveling between civilized areas was substantially more dangerous than it is today because the safety and authority of any given little area, of any given town or civilized domain, had to be much smaller, just due to, if for no other reason than due to travel times, right? Even if you have constables or catchpoles or watchmen on horseback, they can only patrol so far compared to modern automobiles and such. So it's far more limited, the ability to reasonably maintain order over a larger area. That said, in civilized areas, and then especially in terms of larger scale conflict, Middle Ages was far more peaceful than today. The idea of crime-ridden cities, right, is really far more modern than medieval. The idea that a city is a place where there is, you know, rampant crime would be relatively, let's say, far less true in the medieval period. Right? Cities were generally quite peaceful because you could extend law and order there, but then also, maybe more fundamentally, people, social norms were far more enforced, right? And they were, let's say, more or less voluntarily enforced, far more so than they are today. And this is something I was talking about earlier, with respect to you don't want to be a weirdo in the Middle Ages, right?
This one is sharpened already.
I mean, being a weirdo in the Middle Ages had its serious social penalties, in a way that it does not today.
That should do it.
Okay, where can I sell some stuff?
God bless.
Big old farm. Very nice. Yeah, I would say, and then further beyond that, warfare, right? Large-scale conflict, like war and whatnot, was less common and not as long-lasting in as it is in today's world. Right, the idea that a war would be anything like a total war is absurd in the medieval context. The quota was one weirdo. That is true. A town could basically have a weirdo, but they were the town weirdo, right? And that was not respectable. Like today, you can be the town weirdo without being anything like an outcast. Where's my nourishment? I'm full still.
Farewell, my friend.
I want to sell things to someone. Where's someone I can sell things to?
Greetings to you two.
Anyway, I would generally say that society in the Middle Ages was more peaceful for most people most of the time.
Bless you.
But there were exceptions of extreme violence, and those did happen. Except it was the exception rather than the rule. Whereas today, I would think that, I mean, depending on where you live, there's far more of a chance of you experiencing significant violence than.
What's that I hear?
Oh, sorry. Okay, let's find someone who will buy things from me. I have things. Do you want them?
Greetings.
Good day.
And I will say a lot of that is because kings have to invest in their lands and everything, right? You cannot, as a king, you can't really muster an army for a total war because it'll get wiped out. People will die, and oops, sorry. Lots and lots and lots of people, of your people, will die, and you'll expend your human capital. You can't just do that. Doing that is... What? What? Is there really no one I can sell anything to in Chilioth? What is with this town? Town such as it is. I'm gonna have to go all the way back to Troskovitz, aren't I? I'm going to have to walk back to Troskovitz. Oh, man. God, there really is nothing useful in Chilioth. Okay, fine. I'm walking back to Troskovitz. At least it'll gain me some levels of strength. Speaking of which... Ooh, I'll take it. Why can't I take this one? I don't get it. Oh well, whatever. Time to walk. Anyway. So there's that element, right? The element that kings would have a hard time forming the kinds of armies that we have today. But then also a tighter knit social fabric, which was necessary when we had less technology to rely upon. But a tighter knit social fabric, like existed in the Middle Ages, a sort of high trust society, really both depends upon and allows for much more substantial what would you say? Much more substantial enforcement of non-legal mores. What's going on here? Oh shoot! Is that a wolf? The hell? Where'd he go? Is that the guy? Is that a guy up there? Yeah, there's a guy just standing there.
All right, what is it you need?
I said come here. I want to talk to you. Look, I'll tell you how this is going to go down.
Here we go
You're
again.
going to give me every last... If not, I'm the last first choice.
Well, you'll have to pluck it from my lifeless corpse. I'm not giving you any, so you won't be getting it.
Quit your yap and give me your...
You think you can... Well, I'm not giving you...
Okay, blah, 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 blah. Let's
You're
just
in
kill
for
it.
an arse kicking, you piece of shit.
Ah, shit. Wrong. Ooh, a hammer. That hurt my head. Hose joined? No, nothing great. I'll take wine and more goose quills. Anything useful? No, that's it. Okay. There we go then. Could have sworn I saw a wolf. Oh well, moving on. I'm gonna get back to Takov. Or Troskovitz. Troskovitz, not Takov. Takov is up to the north, right? Yeah. I will eventually need to go back to Takov, but not yet. God, this is a massive area. I thought this was going to be more like a little like starting zone kind of thing, but it's not. It's expansive. Before you even go to Kuttenberg. Alright, got a bunch of that. That means they can make a bunch of savior schnapps. That's good. And eventually I shall. Off stream. That part's boring to watch. Alright, we almost made it back. Now, if I really am dedicated, I can sell the weapons and proper armor up at the blacksmith, all the way up in Takov. But it means I would have to walk there encumbered. And that sounds horrible. What's this? This bathhouse? What is this? Oh, sorry. Getting out. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. What even was that? It's just... someone's house? I guess. Nice big house. I've reached another level in vitality from walking with so much stuff. Alright. Moving along.
Lord be with you.
And with your spirit, I suppose. Alright. Hemmed hood or miner's hood? I saw the hemmed hood. ordinary coat. The hunting coat, I guess. Got the gloves. I guess the riding gloves, that's fine. Simple shoes. Goose quills. I'm gonna need scrap metal. All right, good night, Baze. I'm actually probably gonna get out of here shortly anyway, so good night. Hey, the rest of the stream is 10 minutes or less. I'm basically just gonna finish selling some stuff and then maybe do a little quick traveling, maybe do a little, I don't know, whatever else. We'll see. Oh, a pouch. 49 groschen. What does this do? Pouch is going to be one on the belt. Usually hold small items such as food, bandages, potions. Then more quickly available when once you... that is useful. That is useful. Shoot. That's useful.
Worried about the price.
How much am I going to have to spend on all this? I'm going to go pretty low.
Is this enough?
Well, if you offer a little bit more, we can make a deal.
He sounds relatively okay with this.
Why? You'll convince me with that price.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Du wirst sicher zufrieden sein. Bis bald.
Okay, I parted with 38 groschen, but... There we go. Put those on. I'll equip that. And I'll equip that. And I got Nakey version, which is nice. Ordinary coat. This is the least conspicuous thing I have. Noisier, though, which is weird. Whatever. Alright. I'm still massively over-encumbered. Is there... I should have sold some of that at the tailor. Well, I'll get some stuff repaired at the tailor, I suppose. That'll help, I suppose. That'll help, I guess. Not carpenter. What is going on?
Ha! We'll finish this quickly.
Every time I come to this tavern, there's a fight.
Fucking bastard!
Oh well, not my business this time.
Come on, now. Wounded.
Not my business this time.
Lord be with you.
This could use some repairs.
I don't need to repair that one. Haggle.
I'd like to discuss the price.
All right.
Okay. Oh, God. I do not have a lot of money.
What would you say to this?
More.
Okay.
You'll...
Thank
you
that's
kindly.
most of my money.
Again, friend.
I'm looking
Should not
for
have spent all
Pavlena
that,
from
but whatever.
Zhelyov. A young girl, pretty, weaves baskets. Have you seen her?
Old Bozhena's daughter
Aye, that's her.
comes here selling baskets.
Yes.
Ointments and all kinds of remedies.
Yes, that's the one.
I ain't seen her. Try the rat house. Thrush, the bailiff, knows what goes on.
Wow.
What do you have for sale?
Hi, Imsimp. Just got back from undercover. Oh, fun. Any of this? I should do a sneaky outfit.
Why are you
What I should
wasting
do.
my time if you don't want anything then?
I've reached new main level. Yay! Okay, to the rat house, I suppose.
Damn it.
God bless.
I'm looking for Pavlena, the daughter of Bozhena from Zhelyov. She comes here selling baskets and other items.
Aye, I know her.
Do you know if she's been here in the last few days, Master Bailiff? I'm a bit worried about her.
I haven't seen her myself, but you can ask around the village. Try the houses along the road to Zhelyov. She'd have to pass that way.
Okay. Imsim says that they talk about exaltation. I slipped in a comment about not being presumptuous about one's own salvation and planning on being a deity. Yeah, I mean, presumption is absolutely a grave sin, an extremely grave sin. It's the expectation of God's grace, which must only ever be a gift. I mean, to expect a gift is to treat it not as a gift, but as something owed. We are not owed salvation at all.
What can you tell me about Pavlena?
She used to live here with her mother, but then we drove them out. She's not the kind of girl you'd notice much.
Drove them out?
She knows how to take care of herself.
Why?
I let her come round here because, well, maybe I've gotten soft in my old age. But I reckon children shouldn't have to pay for their parents' sins. Don't you think?
Why did you drive them out of Troskovitz? What happened?
Bozhena was our midwife. It ain't the cleanest trade, but it's needed. Women all over the domain used to call for her help with births. Only, as it turned out, bad help is worse than no help at all. I won't go digging up old grievances, but believe me, we had cause enough to drive that old witch out of here.
Interesting.
Has Pavlena got any friends here? Acquaintances?
There's Roman, who brings us wood.
Roman? Who's he?
A woodcutter like his father. May he rest in peace. He lives just off the green. His hair is red like embers. You can't miss him.
And Pavlena's on friendly terms with him?
You could put it like that. Roman's pa wouldn't be too happy about his son being with an outsider like her. But all he can do now is look down and weep. Not that Roman ain't a decent lad. Honest and hard
okay,
work.
so they're...
It wouldn't surprise me if Pavlena left her ma to be with him.
Well, I don't think that's likely. Pavlena left all her things at home.
Still and all, you could go and ask Roman if he's seen her or not.
It's a good idea. I mean, good a source as any.
Do you think anyone here would want to hurt Pavlena?
Troskovitz is a decent village. You'd better watch your mouth.
Okay, fine. Never mind then. That's all. Okay, we're almost out of time. I'm still over encumbered. Early afternoon. You know what? Maybe what's-her-face, Bara, might know.
What do you need?
Have you seen a young girl selling baskets here? Her name is Pavlena.
I don't know, no, Pavlena. Sorry. I hope you find her soon. Farewell.
No, never mind. Yeah, Imsim just started reading, picked up reading Thrawn Treason. I've been reading, right now, Millennium Falcon. So, Millennium Falcon is a book by James Luceno, who is an excellent and prolific Star Wars author, among some other things. And the book is, as you might guess, about the Millennium Falcon. It is essentially, it's Han and Leia going on a bit of an adventure with Alana, or Amelia, as she's otherwise called, their adopted daughter / their actual granddaughter, so Jason and Tenel Ka's daughter, who basically Tenel Ka faked her death so she wouldn't be targeted by crazy hate and politics. It's a whole thing. Anyway, point is, Han and Leia adopt their granddaughter, and they're going out on an adventure. It's her cute little idea to try and figure out everyone who has ever owned the Millennium Falcon, because at this point in 43 ABY, it's like 100 years old. It's more than 100 years old. Oh yeah, first Star Wars novel was Tarkin. I want to read Plagueis. Is it as good as its reputation? Yes. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. No, I'll leave it at that. No, it's good. It's not my favorite, but mostly that's just because it's not my favorite era of the EU. That's all. It does so much good world building of the sort of late Republic. And I mean, sure, a lot about the Sith as well, but yeah, no, it is very good. Like I said, it's maybe not for everyone, I guess. It's not as much for me. Okay, so add the nettle and then 2 handfuls of belladonna. Ground. Oh, in what? Spirits? Wine. Why wine? Okay. I have yet to read any of the canon novels. I started reading whatever the first High Republic book is, but I honestly kind of got bored with it partway through. Okay, over 2 turns. So yeah, I don't know. I have not actually read any of the canon novels. Yeah, no, I've seen your huge, or at least large parts of your huge catalog of Star Wars novels. I have a bunch of mostly post Return of the Jedi EU novels. Can I just put 2 into the mortar? I can. Sweet. Let's grind them both together. Okay, so Imsifast, do you think that Thrawn would have kept the clone army if he was around at the end of the Clone Wars and had a ton of power? I mean, we know that he has a propensity for using clones, but it's clones of a very different sort. Now, I will also say that so the duology that I just finished reading was it's referred to as the Jaden Core duology. It's Crosscurrent and Riptide, featuring Jaden Core, that being Kyle Katarn's...
I didn't boil that belladonna long enough.
Kyle Katarn's apprentice. And nettle. And it does feature a bunch of Sparty cloning cylinder style Thrawn era, in this case, Force-sensitive clones, which is wacky. It's cool. It's a cool pair of books. They're not what I was expecting at all. So if you go in expecting your standard Star Wars adventure, you will be surprised because it is essentially a pair of horror novels. And they are good. They are good. There are issues with them. Actually, I might as well talk about this now. It's past midnight, so I'm going to stop soon. But I might as well talk about this now. My issues involve some of the lightsaber lore. Because it kind of goes into modern lightsaber lore, like Disney lore. There is the sort of assumption that lightsaber crystals are, first of all, like actually force sensitive, which they're not. Because there is this, there's a character that can suppress the force. Basically, think like in a Salamiri. And if he suppresses the force around a lightsaber, the lightsaber shuts off, as the crystal doesn't have a connection to the force anymore, I guess. But of course, that's nonsense. If you've read any of the other various books that involve a Salamiri, you would know that lightsabers do not turn off when they are cut off from the force, like at all. So that's silly. And then also we have the color of the crystal and therefore the blade is affected by the attunement of the user sort of thing, which is it's a very modern Disney Star Wars rather than classical EU saber lore. Anyway, things like that bug me a little bit. Weak saber shops.
I didn't boil that belladonna long enough, did I?
Serious. Anyway, I'm gonna call it there. So, back to playing SWTOR. I am so tempted to get back into playing SWTOR. I don't know if I have the time for it, unfortunately. As much as I'd like to. Anyway, I'm gonna call it there. It is after midnight, and it may be Fat Tuesday, but I still gotta have a nice midnight snack, you know. So I'm gonna call it there. So, good night. Thank you for joining me. See you again on Thursday. We're getting back to Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, for the actual Jedi training part on Yavin. So it should be a lot of fun. Anyway, I'll see you then. And then I'll see you again next week for more Kingdom Come Deliverance. Have a good Ash Wednesday and a blessed Lent until then. And until Thursday, and in general, I'll see you next time. And remember, don't be safe. Be well. Be more, and more importantly, be good. Good night, folks.